Can't tell you how many times I've said that about certain events or certain things that I've done in my life where I just wasted my time, or I wasted my energy, or maybe wasted my money or resources. Vanity of vanities, meaninglessness of meaninglessness. That's what King Solomon would say, the teacher in the book of Ecclesiastes. I love the book of Ecclesiastes, 12 chapters that shows every single thing in life without God is a waste. Uh, Now, it would be one thing for me to tell you that life is a waste without God. And you might say, well, Matt, you don't have much credibility. Okay, you're right. But King Solomon did. He had all the credibility you could ever ask for. He was the highest ranking official, king over all Israel, and at that time had all the wealth in the world. So he had the authority, the power, the wealth and resources, had all of the architectural splendor, the temple, his house. It took 7 years and then 14 years to build. He had gardens, he had projects. Solomon had all the wisdom in the world. Solomon had the women, the wives, 700 wives, 300 concubines, all the pleasures you could imagine. And at the end of his life, at the end of trying out, experimenting with all of these things, he comes to a conclusion. Without God, life is meaningless. Some have said the book of Ecclesiastes is simply depressing. And the truth is, it can be if we don't put our priorities right. If we don't understand that our life must be centered on God. We get so many fascinating and interesting statements from the book of Ecclesiastes. For instance, to everything there is a season. I'm sure you know that verse. Solomon tells us, guard your steps when you get into the temple. Solomon reminds us that better is your good name than great riches and treasures. But ultimately, what Solomon teaches us in this great book is that we should remember the Lord our God and obey him and fear him. And the way that we do that is to trust in his son, Jesus Christ. Solomon would say, from an Old Testament perspective, life without God is meaningless. But in a New Testament perspective, life in Christ is worth everything. That he truly is our prize. He is our joy. He is the reason for living. So that Paul would even say in Philippians, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Ecclesiastes points us to the gospel because it tells us, don't waste your life.